Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
I always picture the disciples as perpetually in awe or confused by things that Jesus said and did, until the Holy Spirit came at the beginning of Acts. Then the Holy Spirit took all they'd learned and experienced with Jesus, like taking a huge jigsaw puzzle, and put it together to make a beautiful picture of kingdom life. Then suddenly they better understood who Jesus was, his relationship with the Father, and their part in the kingdom. Before that, they kept thinking Jesus was planning to establish an earthly kingdom. But suddenly they realized the kingdom of heaven was inside of them to live out in the world. And they didn't have to do it all by themselves. They had the Holy Spirit, God living in them. Jesus talked about this in John 14, verses 15 through 18. He started with a qualifier. If you love me, keep my commands. Then I will pray the Father, and he will give you another helper, that he may abide with you forever, the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he dwells with you and will be in you. I will not leave you orphans, I will come to you. That Greek word that it translates here, helper, can be translated comforter or advocate too. It means someone who is summoned to your side to help. We sure need that, don't we? In courtroom language, it's an advocate, the counsel for the defense, one who intercedes on our behalf to the judge. We need that too. It's also an advisor, counselor, defender. So we can think of the Holy Spirit as somebody with more wisdom, strength, power, and knowledge than we have, not only walking by our side, but being in us, knowing us completely, loving us fully. The word before it helps us understand what Jesus meant. He says the Father will send another helper. In Greek, there's two words for another. This one means another of the same kind. So the Father had already sent Jesus as a helper, right? Jesus had been with his disciples 3 years, teaching, protecting, providing for them, answering their questions, explaining divine revelation, interpreting what was going on, and telling them what would happen. The Holy Spirit would do the same, but not just for 3 years. Jesus said he will abide with you forever. He was with them in the form of Jesus that night as he spoke to his disciples, and he would be in them at Pentecost and beyond. The same God. Jesus calls the Holy Spirit the Spirit of truth, just like he said of himself, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Later, Jesus says the Word, as in the Scriptures, are truth. He is the living Word, and the Word written by the Holy Spirit through the disciples in the next few decades would have the same truth. 2 Peter 1:21 says, Holy men of God spoke as they were moved by the Holy Spirit in the Old Testament. And in the New Testament, the Holy Spirit moved men to write. Now, the Holy Spirit interprets his word to us. John 16:13 says, He guides us into all truth. Jesus would no longer be with them in bodily form, but the Holy Spirit would continue his work in them. They would learn, remember, understand what Jesus said, and they would grow. Do you have that helper who walks alongside you each day, teaching, explaining, and guiding you? How can we more fully depend not on our own understanding, but on the Holy Spirit's explanation as we read and study his word?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through his word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.